What's up, guys? In this video, I wanted to check back in with you guys and give you guys a look on what's going on with the hot VLS build. Yeah, so obviously in the last video, or since the last video, I've kind of decided exactly the way I'm going to be doing this. My original plan was obviously to mount the turbo directly on top, but I found a point where I was kind of questioning what kind of turbo I need to be running on this. I kind of determined that because of the small port and because the engine's not going to be flowing as much, a smaller turbo might be best just to get things spooling up and get this thing out of its own way. But choosing a smaller turbo was not necessarily something I wanted to do. So I went ahead and I bought a 6.0 Power Stroke diesel turbo. It has the VGT vane system built into the exhaust housing. I went ahead and mounted it off to the side, angled a little bit to where I can feed the exhaust air and gas down and into the turbo real nice and simple. The whole reason I did not mount it on top was because you cannot actually clock these. Now, you are capable of clocking, I believe, the cold side, but I don't believe that the hot side has much you can adjust because the VGT actuator piston that then moves the vanes wouldn't be lined up correctly, and I wanted this thing to work absolutely factory-ish. I'll speak on the VGT control a little bit more later and maybe in the electronic part of this video series. I'm also going to have the boost control of a standard wastegate between the up pipe for the exhaust hot side. It's going to be in this area. It's probably going to loop into the down pipe right there and continue into the exhaust all the way out, and I'm going to have it kind of dumped angled towards the side. I've also made a small heat shield for the alternator. I didn't want any heat getting straight to the back of the plastic on this. And then the big sore thumb, the throttle body. So my original plan in the last video was to try and mount the throttle body somewhere back there, make it real, sleek, whatever. Well, I kind of come to terms with throttle cable routing, and it wouldn't really work out too good, especially because I'm actually running a 700R4 with a mandatory TV cable. I've made the mount up to the plate. I discussed the plate in the last video. I made the plate basically to where the throttle body studded onto it, and then it just mounted real simple with just a single little mount off to the side. So things are starting to really come together on the project. My injector bungs are done, and I'm actually going to be getting the 60 pound an hour injectors in the mail soon. And I'm going to be mounting up the fuel rails and getting the fuel system pretty much squared away. I did, while at Summit, get the appropriate fittings for the ends of the rails because it actually came with 8 AN stuff instead of 6. And I just went ahead and threw this freaking boost control little deal over here, and it's ready to go. Come to find out, the water pump actually locked up sitting so long, so I'm going to have to get a new water pump. Next step in the whole process is getting the throttle body mounted and figuring out a mount for the throttle cable and the detent cable, and we'll be moving forward with this project. So definitely a lot to do, but things are actually coming together, and I've got everything ordered to get this thing essentially running. We're going to have shark bite style boost control tubing, all that nice stuff. It's going to be pretty analog and mechanical. It's not necessarily going to have any Mac valve control, but when it comes to the vane control, like I said, I'm going to get into another video on it. But I have found a solution to control that. It's kind of static, but it's exactly what I need to get this to work and the solenoid not burn up if you just wire it straight up. But yeah, as this progresses, I'll keep showing you guys the progress on the up pipe, the intercooler tubing, and everything like that. I'm about ready to throw the core support in it. Got a brand new 3-row dual fan radiator for it to mount up in here. Previously, I was running some ugly stuff that's over there. Just ignore that. Also, since the last video, I have got the steering box for it and all of the power steering lines and everything done. That's why it kind of looks messy over here, because I actually am using a Hydro Boost freaking pump, and it has a bunch of extra line. And I like having the reservoir a little accessible, so this is nice. But yeah, I made it to where this mounts directly to the actual bracket, and when I pull it off, it can kind of just be laid off to the side, maybe with even the alternator on it if ever I need to do an engine service. I'm sure you noticed also that the catch can tubing has been done. I went ahead and did some hose clamps, some T's, used the factory LT ports, and we're just going to route all of that air through that one tube into the catch can. This shouldn't be producing enough boost to really push that much air into that thing. This just allows the engine to have atmospheric access through the catch can filter. But moving forward, we have a lot ahead of us, but I think everything's kind of coming together and things are starting to fall into place. Once I get my injectors in and my bungs welded and my tubing for going down and connecting everything to the 2 intake manifolds, I can just sling the harness on this thing and perhaps even give this thing a small test fire. Albeit it may be on brake clean, it may actually have the fuel system done. I don't know where we're gonna land at that point, but this is gonna run really good. I'm really excited to show you guys how this thing's gonna do. And I'll keep y'all updated. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one.